Hare Krishna Mataji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna Priti Mataji, Dandavat Pranamal goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Daksdat from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call and giving your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Mataji, please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Sanita from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anta Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all gurus to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Varsha from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Varsha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna Mataji, could you hear me, Mataji? My microphone.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Yes,
Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Happy Ekadasi. Shyamagari Mataji, we can't able to hear your voice, Mataji.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, now I can able to hear.
Hare Krishna, Radha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyamagari Devidasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shyamagari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Wish you happy Ekadasi, Mataji.
Happy Ekadashi to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
You are celebrating today, Mataji, Gaur Purnima in your congregation?
No, Mataji, we will celebrate on Thursday.
You are celebrating before
festival. We are celebrating Ekadashi today.
Oh, okay. Because someday, some other festival you are doing on weekend, so I was asking you are doing it today.
Thursday we'll celebrate.
Oh, very nice, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Anybody else would like to introduce themselves?
Yeah. We'll start the recording, Mataji. Give me a second.
Yeah, okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Conference Call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Pran Govind Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 5th Canto, 19th chapter, verse 11 onwards. I would like to hand over call to Suresh Sham Prabhuji for brief introduction of Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Suresh Sham Prabhuji, Tanvat Pranamal Vishnu Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. His Grace Pran Govind Prabhuji was born in Komilia or Ampi Nagara in East Pakistan in the year 1962 and later shifted to Tripura, India. It was in 1971 when he saw Srila Prabhupada for the first time during a program. He decided to become a devotee. In 1977, he visited Mayapur for the first time and was initiated by Bhavananda Maharaj in 1979. From 1981 to 86, Prabhuji was working in Mayapur as a guest house manager. In 86, during the 500th anniversary of Lord Chaitanya, he served as the first general manager in Mayapur, managing the Gaur Purnima festival. From 1980 to 89, Prabhuji served as the facilitator of prasadam and accommodations for GBC, sannyasis, devotees, and life members. He also served as a life membership director, and fundraiser for the Mayapur temple. In 89, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj and His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj kindly took him with them to travel across Europe. They then brought him to America, where His Holiness Badrinarayan Maharaj and Mukunda Goswami, who knew him from Mayapur, engaged him in cultivating congregation services in San Diego, California. Prabhuji took Vanaprastha in year 2012. For many years, he has been serving the devotees in Alachua temple every day. Prabhuji crosses various parts of America, preaching the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavatam Pranam. Back to you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Wish you happy Ekadasi to all of you. Hare Krishna, Pran Govind, Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I had a microphone problem just now. I don't know some.
No, Mataji. I'm also not getting voice.
No, Prabhuji, no.
We can't hear, Prabhuji.
I think you have to change the setting of microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Prabhuji, would you like to join from the phone or use the two devices, maybe?
You can try to rejoin, Prabhuji. Maybe it will work.
Maybe he's joining back.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Am I
Yes.
audible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Somebody suggested that was such a nice. I didn't even realize it was. Okay. I send a song on your chat, Mother Radha.
Yes, Prabhuji, we got that. We are sharing that.
Okay. Gauranga Tumi More Dayana Chariya Gauranga Tumi More Dayana Chariya Apana Koriya Ranga Charane Rakhi Apana Koriya Ranga Charane Rakhi Gauranga Tumi More Daya चरणाचरी तुम्हारा चरण लागी सबते आगीनो तुम्हारा चरण लागी सबते आगीनो शीतल चरण पाया शीतल चरण पाया शरणलयिनो शीतल चरण पाया शरणलयिनो गौरांग তুমি মোরে দয়ানাচারি একলে অকুলে মই দিলু তিলাঞ্জলি একলে অকুলে মই দিলু তিলাঞ্জলি রাখি চরণে মরে রাখি চরণে মরে আপনার বলি রাখি চরণে মরে আপনার বলি গৌরাঙ্গ তুমি মোরে দয়ানাচারি গৌরাঙ্গ তুমি মোরে দয়ানাচারি বাসুদেব ঘোষে বলে চরণে ধরিয়া বাসুদেব ঘোষে বলে চরণে ধরিয়া কৃপা করে রাখো মোরে কৃপা করি রাখো মোরে পদ ছায়া দিয়া কৃপা করে রাখো মোরে পদ ছায়া দিয়া গৌরাঙ্গ তুমি মোরে দয়ানাচারি গৌরাঙ্গ তুমি মোরে দয়ানাচারি জয় প্রভুপদ জয় প্রভুপদ জয় প্রভুপদ জয় প্রভুপদ জয় প্রভুপদ জয় প্রভুপদ প্রভুপদ জয় প্রভুপদ গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয় জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব Hare Krishna, Mother. Can somebody would like to share reading? Be nice.
Yes, Prabhuji. 1. Oh Lord Gaurangi, please don't neglect to show me your mercy, making me your own very property. Kindly keep me situated at the ready soles of your feet. Anybody would like to read?
With the intention of attaining your feet, I have utterly renounced everything. Now I have taken full shelter of your shooting lotus feet.
Whether I'm
Shooting
related
lotus
to
feet,
this
sorry,
family
soothing lotus
lineage,
feet.
whether I'm related to this family lineage or that family lineage, I have completely abandoned them all. I beg you to mercifully keep me by your feet, calling me your own. Hare Krishna.
Vasudev Ghosh says, since I have tightly grasped hold of your feet, please keep me here by always bestowing their soothing shade. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. That was very nice. I thought Gaur Purnima is coming. We can meditate on giving ourselves. But when we give ourselves, we should not keep anything or asking for anything in return. That is the essence of this song of Vasudev Ghosh. So with that note, I'd like to welcome all of you also on behalf of Bhakti Japa Sangha Group, and my special respect to all the organizers for keep going with this. You must have all bhakti in order to sustain months after months, days after days, year after year. That's wonderful. So today we are serving Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 19th chapter, text 11 and 12. So we are going to invoke the mercy of Lord Vasudev, form of Krishna, who is the predominating deity of consciousness. And when we recite those prayers, if we can meditate on the form of Gaur Sundar, a baby, when he was in a Krishna form in the cow shed of Nanda Baba, where this name Vasudev was uttered by Gargacharya. That's the origin form, because by seeing that beautiful lotus feet of Nandalala, Gargacharya almost lost all his composure, but he was also put himself into bewilderment because he wants to pay obeisances to Vasudev, do big worship, but then he was scared that if he does that, then everybody will know that he is not the son, he is a god. Then it will disturb the purpose of the Lord's Leela, and Mother Yashoda will be disturbed also. So to maintain both, he wanted to run away and do big worship to this boy, but didn't know where to go and how to do it. So it was a very internal pressure that actually gave him the upliftment from where he was before and to this point that he accepted Krishna as his object of love. So by the mercy of Vasudev, hopefully we can also develop that. Hopefully the intensity will come from Lord Vasudev. So please repeat after me 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Nasta prayesu abhadresu nitam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistaki. So today's text 11. This is Narad Muni's beautiful prayers to twin brothers of, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared as a twin brother, Nara Narayana Rishi. So it's very wonderful. The Narad Muni here establishing the Atma Rama form of Lord. And then we'll see the same Narad Muni later on glorify Pararamata Bhagavan. Now is Atma Ramata Bhagavan. Atma Ramata means that Lord self-satisfied. So when you hear the translation, you can relate to it. And it's very nice, wonderful. So we are going to chant the first verse, text 11. Om Nama Bhagavate Upasamsilaya Uparata Anatmayaya Nama Akinchana Bhittaya Rishi Rishabhaya Nara Narayanaya Paramahansa Paramagorave Atma Rama Adhipataye Namo Nama Iti. Synonyms by Srila Prabhupada, because there are a lot of confidential words are very illuminating in our heart. Om, O Supreme Lord. Of course, we know that Om origin is Radha and Krishna. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. That when it connects us, it becomes Pranava. Pranava means, Nava means a boat, which becomes a boat, and you ride, you get in the boat, and you cross the material ocean and come to Lord. So three personalities there, Radha, Krishna, and then the reciter. You all are, in that sense. Narad Muni was the original. So these three together is that actually Om. Om. A is the first letter. Krishna claims he is that. U is Usha, Srimati Radharani, and Ma is Milan. Through the loving service, we are connecting. So Om. Om, O Supreme Lord. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Nothing mine, it's all your. So that's also Namaha. Not mine, Namaha. Bhagavate, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here, same origin, Krishna in Vrindavan. Upasama Shilaya, who has mastered the senses. Upasama Shilaya, relevant to Naranaran Rishi, who is doing the austerity, but in a sense, Krishna also, in Vrindavan, if you hear all this pastime, Krishna's senses are wild, not master of controlling senses. So how to understand this? It says, Upasama, Upa-asama Shilaya means never looking for separate interest from his separate interest from non-devotees. In other words, Krishna Upasam, it could be utilized also that those who are devotee, with him he is very reciprocal. And non-devotee, he is like a judge. This is what it meant here. Narayana Rishi like a judge. No reciprocation with, I don't need anything from you. You have your life, I have my life, like this. This is how the super soul travels in our heart. Or Narayana Rishi is exhibiting here. So Narad Muni is very appropriately addressing this. Uparata anatmaya. Atma means soul. Anatma means you are not interested hearing about Krishna consciousness, or you don't act as a soul. You act in a conditional, not as a constitutional level. So it's very nice. Uparata. Rati means attachment. Uparata means no attachment. He withdraw. For this material world. Very nice. Namaha, my respectful obeisances again. Akinchana vittaya. Akinchana unto. Kinchan means six. This last greed, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarja. Last greed, illusion, envy. All these six things are all the time present in the heart of conditioned soul. So one who does not have these six things is called akinchana. Akinchana doesn't mean doesn't have anything. Means does not has love for God, has love for the God has love for all the devotees, and the devotee also has love for God. So akinchana doesn't mean doesn't have anything. Vittaya means the wealth, means he has an asset, but as asset is only for the Lord and the devotees, but doesn't have these six enemy that trouble all the time to the conditioned soul. That's what it is. Akinchana vittaya, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prabhupada put, who is the only asset of person who have no material possession. What possession? Material. Those are the six main. And those six, I hope we all remember these six enemies, this lust, greed, anger, madness, illusion, and envy. Where they come from? They are product of three. Labha, puja, pratishtha. The labha, puja, pratishtha produce these six. Now, labha, puja, pratishtha means pad, prestige, adoration, distinction. I call it pad. But where they come from? Prestige, adoration, distinction. They come from one separate interest developed in every soul in the marginal status. When the separate interest away from service or serving to God developed, the moment it developed, these three manifested from that. So we have to reverse the whole process. We don't need to fix too much on the six. Yes, we need to restrain, but instead focusing on that, we have to focus on connection. So then you will be able to go back. Very nice. Connection in a sense, two things. If we have a subordination under a pure guru, we are serving, and we have a natural tendency to serve the Lord, chanting holy name, Nitai Gaur, always looking for their mercy. If we are engaging in devotional service, then automatically this rest, the prestige, adoration, distinction, this will pops and then will go down. Pops, go down. It will not go down easily. It will pops, it will reflect. If you don't want it, then it will go down. But if you want it, it may surface again. But if we focus on the first point, see how it came back. We gave up, then separate interest developed, then three manifestation from the separate interest, prestige, adoration, distinction. Then this turned into six, last greed, anger, madness, illusion, envy. Then so in order to go back, we have to correct the first mistake. So separate interest has to go away. We are, who am I? I'm a servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm servant of Srila Prabhupada, Shiksha disciple. For 10,000 years, everybody can be Shiksha disciple. And when you identify always like this, for his pleasure, I'm doing my life. Today, why am I here speaking? For the pleasure of Prabhupada and Krishna, for the pleasure of devotee who is very dear to Krishna. So like this, then slowly, everything will be reversed and back to our original state. Okay. Then next one is Rishi Rishabhaya. Rishi means when you are controller of inner world, external world and inner world. Inner world means the senses, emotion. Emotion is not something you wished away. Emotion is what we made of. Just be alert where your emotion is directing you. If your emotion is directing to Krishna, then you are Rishi. That word is there, Rishi, Rajarshi, Brahmarshi, all these Rishi is the same, means the controller of inner world. Raja means controller of outside and Rishi mean inner. That's why Parikshit Maharaj, great king, they are named Rajarshi, means they have a control inner world and outside world. So Narayan Rishi, Narayan Rishi is a very appropriate word because they have a inner control and outside control. Very nice. So Rishi, Rishabhaya, most exalted of saintly person. Then Narayan, the Lord Narayan, Paramhansa Parama, Guruve, the most exalted spiritual master of all Paramahanshas, liberated person. This is very interesting, that in order to come to Krishna consciousness, you have to pass through different stages. I'm not talking about the Rupa Goswami path, Saddha, Sadhu Sangha. I'm talking about our inner conception about Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have to come to Vasudev consciousness first. Vasudev conception, that Suddha Sattva connection, that is first thing. And you will see Krishna is behind everything. Behind the Zoom, behind my speaking ability. I'm not speaking. I am trying to verbalize. I have a desire, strong desire, initiating cause. That's me. And the language I'm borrowing, English. I did not take birth with it. I was not born with the English. And then the feeling that arising from hearing from different teachers, Prabhupads, and reading Bhagavatam. So this is the whole process. And then the demigods right here, the fire god, who is actually vibrating on my tongue with prachetas. And then the air god is carrying to you through the Zoom. That Zoom is also fire god controls. Then Dikpal is sitting next to your ear. You may not see in a physical form, with a subtle form. Dikpal, they are high perceptive, great demigod. They have the ability to be in unlimited souls simultaneously. Krishna gave that position to each demigod. So they are allowing you through the drum beating, connecting with your head, where these words make sense. Then you borrowing Sattvagun. Sattvagun can give you the perception. And then you contemplate, you reflect. Without contemplation, no reflection. When you reflect, then intelligence will capture it. Then when intelligence captured, then you will say, oh, it makes sense. I'm going to try it. So you'll start applying it. And then consciousness transform. And that's how the whole bhakti purifies our heart. So this is very nice. Then next word is Atma Rama Adhipataye, the best of self-realized person. Best of self-realized person. I mean, it can be Narayan Rishi here. It can be also great soul. Yeah. Oh, I have one more verse. That's right. I have to go. So Nama Namaha, my respectful obeisances again and again. So Narad Muni is very humble and he loves paying obeisances. With our spiritual body, we should practice all the time paying obeisances to Krishna. So the translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada together. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Narayan, the best of all saintly person, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the most self-controlled and self-realized. He is free from false prestige. He is the asset of persons who have no material possession. He is the spiritual master of all Paramhamsas, who are the most exalted human beings, and he is the master of the self-realized. Let me offer my repeated obeisances at his lotus feet. Jai Narayana Rishi Ki Jai. So we'll do text 12 and then we'll go. So see. Text 12. We can recite together. Gayati Chedam. Narad Muni is singing here, but his praying does not mean it's like a real kirtan. He has a bina and he sings this very nicely, and he's dancing while he's singing this, and he's offering his feelings. When the direction of your feeling directed towards Krishna, that is bhakti. If the emotion is not directed to Krishna, it is not bhakti. So here it is bhakti, even though it is just Atmarama's verses, but it is his expression, feeling directed to Krishna, glorifying Krishna's quality. This verse is going to talk about Krishna's quality as a Atmaram. Atmaram means the God who is completely satisfied. He doesn't need anybody's help to remain happy. Gayati Chedam Kartasya Sargadisu Jana Buddhate Buddhate Nahannate Deha Gatopi Dekayam Dehikai Dehikai bodily pain or bodily suffering. Okay. Drasturna Drik Jassa Guner Vidushate Drasturna Drik Jassa Guner Vidushate Tasme Namo Shakta Vivikta Shakshine Ashakta Vivikta Ashakta Vivikta. Okay. Shakshine. Okay. So Gayati, Cha, he sings, Cha and Idam, this Karta, the executor, Asya of this cosmic manifestation. Sarga Adishu of the creation, maintenance and destruction. Ja, one who now Buddhate is not attached as the creator. Now Buddhate. Okay. Master or proprietor. Okay. Na, not. Hannate is victimized. Deha gata api, although appearing as a human being. Dehika, by bodily tribulation such as hunger, thirst, fatigue. Drastu, of him who is seer of everything. Na, not. Drik, the power of vision. Jasya, of whom. Gune, by material qualities. Vidushate is polluted. Tasmai, unto him. Nama, my respectful obeisances. Ashakta, unto the Supreme Person who is unattached. Vivikta, without affection. Shakshine, the witness of everything. Every word itself is like a whole discussion. Would somebody like to read the translation and purport for us? Will be nice. Would somebody like to read?
Yeah. Narada, the most powerful saintly sage, also worshipped Naranarayana by chanting following mantra. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master of creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this visible cosmic manifestation. Yet he is completely free from false prestige. Although to the foolish he appears to have accepted a material body like us, he is unaffected by bodily tribulations. like hunger, thirsty, and fatigue. Although he is a witness who sees everything, his senses are unpolluted by the objects. He says, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that unattached pure witness of the world, the Supreme Soul, the personality of Godhead. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is described as Sachitananda Vigraha, the body of eternity, transcendental bliss and full knowledge. Now in this verse, he is more fully described. Krishna is the creator of the entire cosmic manifestation, yet he is unattached to it. If we are to construct a very tall skyscraper, we would be very attracted to it. But Krishna is so renounced that although he has created everything, he is not attaching to anything. Na batyate. Furthermore, although Krishna has his transcendental form, Sachitananda Vigraha, he is not disturbed by the bodily necessities of life, which are called Dehika. For example, he is never hunger, thirsty, or fidgety. No, na hanyate deha gato api dehika. Then again, since everything is a Krishna's property, he sees everything and is present everywhere. But because his body is transcendental, he is above vision, the object of the vision and the purpose of the vision. When we see someone beautiful, we are attracted. The sight of beautiful woman, woman immediately attracts a man, and the sight of a man naturally attracts a woman. Krishna, however, is a transcendental of all these faults. Although he is a seer of everything, he is not afflicted with the faulty vision. Therefore, although he is the witness and the seer, he is aloof from all affections of the activities. He sees, he is always unattached and separate. He is only a witness. Very beautiful purport, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very good. There's so much in each purport. So we'll begin our discussion today with the blessing. So you can all join to beg the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and all Vargas. Om Jnanati Mirandhasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Pancha Kalpa Tarubhescha Kripa Sindhujva Evacha Patitanam Pavonebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I'm very grateful to be here with all of you. I'm very eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada. I'm trying to pay back my debts, but still I want to stay indebted to Prabhupada eternally. So I can keep on paying forever. Because of his mercy, I'm here. And I'm also very grateful for the facility that Bhakti Japa Sangha group has given. So I thank you. And I'm also appreciating all of you, whoever has taken your precious time to hear Bhagavatam. It will benefit. Actually, it pleases Krishna. It says, Monaya sadhu pishtaham bhavad biloka mangalam. Jatkrita Krishna samprasna jayatma suprasiddhati. The Bhagavan become very happy whenever you show interest to hear about Krishna. Krishna become happy. Then the speaker also become happy, and the listener also become happy, and facilitator also becomes happy. 4 types of entity are happy. So last few verses I was looking, they are all talking about Jnana and Vairagya. So I'm sure most of you are regular listener. So you have probably heard enough, or maybe more. There is no enough such thing, called detachment and renunciation and knowledge. Jnana Vairagya, I'm sure you heard plenty, at least for a week. So one of the quality, not only Naranaran Rishi, all the Atmaramis, the devotees also, you all also, before you become Pararamata, join in Krishna's party, you have to approach Vasudev platform. Then you have to go to Narayan conception, then Krishna conception. Krishna conception not possible jumping in. We can pretend, but it will not work. It will not be genuine. Genuine has to have a gradual progression. So first step is Vasudev conception. Then Narayan conception. So Vasudev conception has this quality, Jnana and Vairagya, very predominant. You will see Krishna has, but that is not exactly what we think Jnana Vairagya. In Vrindavan, Krishna is rather opposite. He's always like playful. Detachment does not mean, what I understand, that you own nothing. Detachment, Vairagya, means nothing owns you. It's easy to be detached when you meditate in a cave and have no possession. But how to stay detached when you're living in a city, America, surrounded by consumerism? So first of all, we need to understand that nothing is ours. When one devotee told Prabhupada in a morning walk, I feel like to reject this world. I'm tired, exhausted. Prabhupada said, that's good, but do you own the world? So he said, oh no, I don't. So Prabhupada said, if you don't own anything, you cannot give up or reject. I thought it was very profound the way Prabhupada stated. So we can learn that lesson. We need to understand that nothing is ours. Starting with our family members, our children, our loved ones, our friends. God has entrusted them to each of us with those friends and families, that you can take care of them. And all your wealth was given to you by Krishna as well. Atheists may object and claim that only their hard work brought them where they are right now. At some extent, they can be true. But in fact, not a blade of grass, Prabhupada says, moves without the will of Krishna. So yes, you can try hard and create a good product, make a great advertisement, etc. But at the end, it isn't your power whether people would buy your stuff or not. It's up to them, who Krishna guides. In my own experience in my business life 30 years back, I noticed that. So when we talk about this Jnana and Vairagya, we should be very thoroughly. I'm sure you all heard it. And today my discussion that I'm not going to discuss too much about Jnana Vairagya, I'm sure you all heard, unless you want to, that will be fine too. And the Mahaprabhu's, addressing Mahaprabhu by Sarvam Bhattacharya, he says, he addressed him, Vairagya Vidya, Bhakti Yoga, that what is Krishna consciousness is endowed with Vairagya Vidya. Now, in Bhakti, limbs, 64 limbs or 81 or 9 or 5, the different groups of Bhakti limbs. You'll never find this Jnana Vairagya there. But in Mahaprabhu's Bhakti, it is there. Sarvam Bhattacharya says this. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Shikhartam Ekam Purusha Purana. Now, I never see anywhere in the scripture, but Sarvam Bhattacharya addressed. And Mahaprabhu was very happy seeing his transformation from, you can say, Mayavadi, impersonalist, Karkosh. Karkosh means dry argument, speculation, imagination. All things were there with Sarvam Bhattacharya. If you look at his prayer, that where he comes from, he said, he used to have an argument, dry argument. There is no juice on the argument. Speculation, but he transformed. Then he found that Mahaprabhu's Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem distribution is endowed Vairagya Vidya. So Jnana Vairagya in that origin form is in Mahaprabhu's Bhakti. It is not that you give up anything because nothing is yours. We are not romanticizing the world or demonizing the world, but we are utilizing the world. That's all. The Krishna consciousness boils down to Mahaprabhu's Bhakti. So here, Narad Muni prayed to Naranaran Rishi. Naranaran Rishi is very sweet. You know, in Mahabharata, also in Bhagavatam, it says that Krishna Arjuna came as a Naranarayan because you can trace the feeling they had for each other. You are mine, I am yours. All that is mine is yours. He who hates you, you also hates me. He who follows you also follows me. So formerly, you were Nara and I was Narayan, though individuals we are as one. No one can understand our oneness and difference. So this is a very nice, it's from Mahabharata Banaparva, you can read. Different Acharya gives a different commentary that Krishna, whatever form or shape or a manifestation he has, is a primary internal reason, or all the manifestation is only one. Expert in relishing a particular transcendental mellow of love. So as a Narayana Rishi, what is relishing? He is relishing, just like in Ram Leela, Supreme Lord was relishing elder brother. He will order the younger brothers, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna. As a Krishna, he was enjoying the younger brother. But a twin, he did not enjoy there. So as a Narayana Rishi, they look like duplicate, duplicate, like as it is. And when Krishna wants to enjoy that, so he comes in a form of Narayana Rishi. Now, Nardmani, I was looking in Google, the picture, some painting. They did a very beautiful. Yeah, so some painting I saw that looked like exactly same. It was very, very nice artist whoever did that. So in Bhagavatam also, Narayana Rishi is a very famous, many places quotes in first canto, third chapter, where 25 names of the main manifestation of Krishna. Narayana Rishi is one of them, number 4 or number 6. And Prabhupada explains that how one personality, two personality in one form, they are considered one avatar. It's not like separate avatar. They two together as an avatar. One avatar, two form. It's very interesting. And there Prabhupada also mentioned, I read it many years back very nicely, that Lord is very kind to the forgetful soul. What caught me in that purport, that he says he comes down because of this reason, just to give us blessings. How to mold your life and do divine austerity. We're not a sufferer. When we do bhakti, we should not think of suffering. Ramanujacharya says, when you getting out of disease, you should focus on you are getting out, you are taking medicine. For a karmi, they are suffering. Yes, we are not suffering. The devotee suffering should not be seen as a suffering. Like you taking medication, doctor is watching you. Nurses are there, means Prabhupada is there, the devotees are there, and you're taking everyday chanting. So you should be focusing, Ramanujacharya said, that you're getting out of disease. But the karmis, they are suffering. Yes, if they don't come to bhakti, they will be suffering. They have no control what will be next life or what. So we should be, even though you are maybe in the middle of big struggle, Prabhu, you don't understand, I'm really struggling. That's not struggling. You have come to Krishna consciousness. You started taking medicine. It is not struggling. Yes, it is struggling in one sense, you can say, but see it positive way, because that's the truth. One day you will be completely free. Whenever, there was one incident where I was little humiliated. And I was like, it's like very disturbed. I remember. And now I'm laughing because it's like a movie I passed through. But one old mataji, Prabhupada's disciple, and she's a wife of GBC at that time. Anyway, she said, I said, I can't believe this is not true, but why this is, should I confront? She said, this is your time, Pran Govind Prabhu, tolerate. I said, but my mind doesn't like it. He said, but for eternal freedom, yes, you will do it. I'll never forget that. The way she said, I pay respect. I learned from her, not as a Western devotee, but as a sincere caring for me. And I did tolerate. Not that my mind liked it, but with intelligence I tolerated. And I looked at it. Everything disappeared after a year and everything. But I was focusing. Eternally, I will be free. For that freedom, I will tolerate. So like that, whatever physical or mental we can come to. And Narayana Rishi, he's showing us this. This is so nice. Of course, Narad Muni is praying. Beautiful. Nicely, he is praying this. But we have to come to a point where Narad Muni, after this, he was very much into this self-satisfied mood, because he had a transcendental body and he was very happy, joyful. But he also, because bhakti produced 4 things. This is one of the way you can detect right now. You can detect, as I'm speaking, you can detect. First thing, see Daina. Do you see that you don't have any other identity, but you are a follower of? If Jamaraj comes, Jamaduta come right in front of you right now, who are you? I'm a follower of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. As soon as you said this, you are literally entering into Vaikuntha. Whether you're going to Golok Vrindavan, that's your level of understanding. But at least entrance to Golok, spiritual world is open. But if you say, I am Pran Govind Das, you are in the judgment. Come here, step aside. You are on the defendant or plaintiff, we'll see. So like this. So if Narad Muni was self-satisfied. Why I'm bringing this? Because Gaur Purnima is coming. I'm connecting this, how Narayana Rishi is self-satisfied. This Narad Muni is a perfect follower of Narayana Rishi. 4 Kumaras. And we are also, in our daily sadhana, we do this. Today, time changes. So I went a little early and I was just watching if there is any. Oh, there is one old Prabhupada's disciple, Jadav Acharya Prabhu, recently came from his old devotee, hitting almost 80 years old. But he's there from 3 o'clock chanting in a cold. It was so cold today. It was very cold. So I was like, if they can do it, they are the good example. I can do it. There's no question. So I was very happy. I was happy anyway, but it made me more happy. This austerity. So Narad Muni was self-satisfied. I'll give you a little funny story. It's a very interesting story. So Narad Muni in Vaikuntha, he thought, I need to go to do some austerity. So he actually sent Narayana Rishi. I hope you heard that first time. He's the one who actually instigated this. Prabhu, the conditioned soul are suffering. Can you please come down and set up an example? So that's how Narayana Rishi came. And if you know that story, that how he came to Badri Vishal area in Himalaya. But that was not Badrinath at that time. It was actually Shankarnath. The hearing the complaint of Daksha too much about welfare of his daughter, she approached the Shiva. Can we have a private house? I know we don't have a house. We are the controller of this universe. But can't we have a little private, husband, wife talk, private house? Shiva said, go for it. I have no objection. You can, I will give you whatever you want. He said, I want a private. Where are you going to go? Not in the city. Okay, let's go to a place where nobody ever visits. Where? Ice, snow area. Okay, they went to Himalaya side. So they built a beautiful, nice a palace type of, but for them, it's a different kind of palace than human. So they going to do the housewarming party. But before that, they want to do some ceremonies. So they said, okay, everything is complete. Today, let's go take bath in a hot spring as a husband-wife. and we'll come and do this ceremony. Then we'll start living here comfortably. Shiva and Parvati. Wow. This is like unheard of. So Parvati opened the door. When he opened the door, there is a babies. 2 babies. Like, where they come from? And they're crying, we're so cold. So cold, it's freezing. Ice everywhere. So they immediately, Parvati is like, oh. So she immediately, of course, consulted the husband. There is baby outside. I have no idea where they come from. Lord Shiva knows everything. He said, leave them alone. Let us do our things. Say, how can you say that? The baby needs some. Okay. You don't want to listen. You remember what happened previously. You may become homeless again. Oh, please don't talk like this. They're just baby. So she grabbed those baby and put them. And they're like shaking. So she found some blanket and wrapped them up, put it like a nice crib, stayed there. Okay, we'll be back. We're going to take bath and come back. So they took bath, husband, wife, Shiva, Parvati. And when they came, they found very mysterious. The door is locked from inside. They locked it from outside, but now the door is locked from inside. They're knocking the door, nobody answers. Then she's looking at Shiva. I said, why? Who locked it? The baby don't know how to lock. So I told you. You want to ruin this living in a private, who are they? They are the Vishnu, came in form. So they will do the meditation here. This is how Shankarnath became Badrinath. Then they went to Kedarnath, of course. But that was not a home. It was like they're scared. Okay, don't build home. So like this, Narayan Rishi found his way of getting in, free house. Well, out of love, you can say. But in a tricky way. So Narad Muni also was thinking, okay, I want to go preach. But Krishna has a different plan. You are preaching, but what you are preaching? You have to preach my bhakti, the prema bhakti, not just Oishwarjamay bhakti. In 3rd chapter, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says that this opulent concept of Bhagavan will, yes, evoke our submission, but sweetness will not be evoked. So Lord guided Narad Muni, but Narad Muni didn't know. So Narad Muni come down from spiritual world. When he came down, he was like, okay, which planet I'm going to go and start preaching? You cannot do preaching in heaven so much because they are too much happiness. Their body is like a little giggling is like a big outburst laughing. And in hell, little pinch, like I pinch my own skin right now, you can see. It doesn't hurt me. Little. But in hell, bari, jantrana deha, I was researching one time, little pinch, like this extreme pain. So it's difficult to preach everywhere. Only planet is preaching is this land where we are, this earthly planet. So Narad Muni is thinking, okay, some universe, I'll just land in an earthly planet. As he's coming nearby, he's feeling opposite to his nature. He knows he has a spiritual body. He knows he's a celibate monk. All of a sudden, he's feeling thirsty. So he's detecting, why am I thirsty? I have a Sachidananda body. I'm not a regular human being from America or, he didn't say America, I'm just adding it. So he's thinking like, why am I thirsty? All of a sudden, his thirst is like becoming bigger and bigger. You are desperate for water. He said, okay, this is unusual. What is going on? Maybe I should just drink some water. It's all right. This is the first time after he got this spiritual body experiencing. But as he's coming down, he saw from like an eagle vision. He has a very short vision where the crystal water he saw. It's like, wow, so crystal water. I want to go there. When he came nearby, he started hearing the village talk. What is this? I'm Narad Muni. I have a control on my senses. Narayana Rishi is meditating. He is full control. I have full control. But why my hearing is like a force to hear this gossip of the village? And then as he came closer, there's a gossip about a boy between the girls, and each girl expressing how that boy is so charming, how he looked at her. Narad Muni said, this is not proper. I am in a wrong place. I did not go to hell. I did not go to any planet. This is the planet for preaching. But why I'm hearing, and I have a way to control, block all my senses not to hear, but I'm being forced. And as he approaching the lake to drink, this gossip became so louder, like an amplifier. You know, amplifier, you're like bombarded. Narad Muni is thinking, this is not good. Why I'm losing the power of controlling my hearing? And everything I'm hearing is like repeating in me. This is not good. So he came down, he drank little water. He felt good, but then his hearing is like feels like his whole consciousness is getting contaminated. And I'm sure you all know, when we came to the material world, at the marginal, our consciousness altered. This is what called Shambhu Tattva. The Shambhu Tattva, that consciousness altered. We thought that we are servant of Krishna, but altered, then we have that consciousness. Shiva is the owner of this universe. He has a rightful ownership to enjoy Maya as much he wants. When that consciousness entered in us, we also started thinking, I can enjoy big house. I can be the president of America. How is possible servant of Krishna thinks? Because that consciousness. So Narad Muni felt a threatening. Why I am being bombarded with this gossip of these girls and boys? Okay, I'm going to sit down and do this process 4-way to remove this unwanted thought from my pure consciousness. And as he's trying, this talk from the other side of the lake, then Narad Muni with the surveillance thinking, I cannot see very clear, but I can see there is a boat and there is a boy and girl. They're like gossiping. And they're all like, I love you, love talk, love song. Oh, this is not good for brahmachari. So he was so disturbed. So he started meditating seriously. All of a sudden, he noticed some sound coming. He looked at, oh, there is a girl. Excuse me, he said. Are you one of those girls talking? She said, yes. Can you tell me what is the talk about it? Because one of the 4 processes to remove your dirty consciousness is that you fill up with, you hear to the max. Like Prabhupada gave an example, Attantik Bhoga is in 7th canto, 11th chapter. If you pour little ghee in the fire will go bigger. But if you put too much ghee, it will extinguish the fire. So this is one of the 4 processes. So he said, let me hear. Let me hear everything about them. No, he said, I just want to see this couple. And what I heard, then my misconception can be removed. So the girl said, what are you looking for? He said, can you show me where they are located exactly so I can go? He said, follow me. He said, well, you know who I am? He said, of course we know. You do? He said, yes. You are Narad Muni, the famous brahmachari, celebrated brahmachari. He said, yes. So I'm glad you do know. Okay. I should not walk with a girl. It's not I don't want people to talk. So this fear is there also. So then the girl says, okay, I know that. You don't have to follow me. I'll throw this flower I have in my hand. You just follow those flowers. So we'll have a safe distance so nobody will put a rumors. He felt, wow, she's a perfect guide. I never met somebody like that. She knows everything. She knows me. So after falling at one point, she said, okay, you are reached here. I said, but I don't see it. No, you cannot come like this. I have to give you a female body. No, I'm not going there. Oh, you want to see? Yes, then you have. Well, how do I get it? I just want to see and that's it. She said, you have to go and take a dip in this well, Kusum Sarovar. So how do I take bath and then come and put on a new dress? I didn't prepare for this. She comes and push him and then he drops, he comes out. He forgot he was a Narodmani Brahmachari. It's a young girl, but he's aware. He said, okay, so she took Naradiya Gopi now. And said, wow, unbelievably beautiful this boy. Can I go nearby? Can I talk to them? He said, no, you only wanted to see. You wanted to talk. You have to go through severe penances. Narad says, I'm so close. How can I not go? He said, well, you asked for only to see. That's all. Sorry. Bye. So wait. You cannot leave me like this. I am in Narad Muni. He said, yes, go take a dip again. He said, okay, so he took a dip. He came out. He saw himself as Narad Muni. That girl is not there. That lake is not there. That forest is not there. The whole village talk is disappeared. So he meditated and he wrote this book, which Prabhupada translated, Naradiya Bhakti Sutra. So this is called Pararamata. Atmaramata, what we are hearing last 1 week, or I don't know how long it will go on, probably every day, this part of the section about austerity, knowledge, and renunciation, detachment. This is required because the whole world has 4 types of people. And you can detect where you fit yourself. There are one type of people by this detachment and attachment. They are attached to material world, detached from God. Attached to matter, detached from spirit. And you can figure it out what is their name. And then there is another group who are attached to matter and attached to God. The third category, they are detached from matter, detached from God. And fourth category, they are attached to God and detached from matter. So whole world is only 4 types of people. Narad Muni was that last one, attached to God and detached. But in that category, these topics that Atmaramata we are learning from Narayana Rishi is very important. It is very important. And we have to become detached from the matter. How? By utilizing the matter, spiritualizing our attachment. Not detached means like a rejecting. Just like Prabhupada said, you don't own anything. Everything coming by the sanction of the Lord. So we must honor it. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says, if something comes in your life and you don't engage it, you will face it. That scared me. He says, Bhakti Anukul, Jaha hoy Anukul, Bhakti, Jaha hoy Anukul, Tege hoy Bhul, means you do a mistake when you reject it, not utilizing it. And some life, you're going to pay for it. It will be hard, believe me. If I'm mean to a person, I didn't care. I'm a new bhakta, I was mean to another new bhakta. But now when I become a sannyasi, that insult or offending that devotee will magnify in a sannyasi by somebody else. They'll say, why now? And then somebody say, well, that little neglect, it just magnifies. What does that mean? Everything happening in our life, we have to respect it and utilize it and engage some or other and maintain ourselves always safe position. Every little things will come on the way because Harinam is Chintamani. Harinama Chintamani. Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Nama Chintamani means everything while I'm chanting, it will come true. Oh, Krishna, I went over the time. I'm sorry. So, okay, I'll wrap it up just here. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give this holy name, to get this Pararamata and Atmaramata, the self-satisfied position, and then in reciprocal satisfaction by reciprocating, by serving Krishna. Both will come one by one. First is Vasudev conception, then Narayan conception, awe and reverence. Then we evoke sweetness. By hearing the sweet pastime, the affection will be developed for the Lord. And it is not that easy. It can take many lives. But Mahaprabhu, out of his mercy, he introduced this love of Godhead and holy name together. If we can take shelter of that with our heart, then in one life, in one day, in 1 year, 1 month, it depends on the intensity and purity each of us has, that it will manifest. So we should not focus how troubled this world is, how dangerous this place is. Rather, we should focus how easy to get out of it and how joyfully we can live while we are here in this world through Krishna consciousness, and at the end we'll enter into Golok Vrindavan. So with that note, I'll end here. If anybody has further discussion.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Amazing class and very beautiful bhajan. Devotees, I'm requesting if anybody have any questions or realization, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Pran Govind, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srimad Prabhupada. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful class. I'm so grateful for your class this morning. I needed to hear all of it. I really appreciate what you said at the very beginning when you shared what Srila Prabhupada said in that morning walk about, you know, how can you renounce everything? None of it belongs to you anyway. And I needed to hear that because I've been feeling like, oh my goodness, this world. So I also want to thank you for the Narada Muni pastime that you shared, because I've always wondered about Narada Bhakti Sutras. Mm-hmm. I've always wondered where that came from, and because we hardly talk about it in ISKCON. And I also had one question. Did you say it was Ramanujacharya who said that we should focus on, you know, getting out? I forgot exactly the words, how you put it, but we should focus on getting out of here and not the suffering. Was that Ramanujacharya?
Yes, he said when you are a patient and doctor is observing you and gave you medicine and you taking medicine, when you are taking medicine, you should always focus you getting cured, not suffering. Because the healing propensity within the soul can heal faster if we are positive. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if you meet an Ayurvedic doctor, they'll tell you, if you are positive, you can actually heal you by your own strength of mind. It's so powerful. If we are positive in Krishna consciousness, negativity is full of this material world, then our process becomes easy.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother Tiffany. You are always so kind. Anyone? I made some questions, if I am allowed, if you have a time, about Lord Chaitanya. I'm not expecting answer because there is no time. But if you are interested, I can just show you in a PowerPoint. It will take 1-2 minutes.
Sure, Prabhuji.
If it
please.
is okay.
Please.
Prabhuji, one question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, this regarding Naranarayana Rishi. I see sometimes they're addressed as one person only, Prabhu. Right? The reason I say is I am reading one statement, Prabhu, from Bhagavatam. Incarnated in the form of Naranarayana, the greatest of sages, from the womb of Murti, the daughter of Daksha and wife of Dharma. Right? So here it is saying as one personality only. Because
yes, one personality has a two form, like Radha Krishna, they are actually one.
Yeah.
On 115 in Chaitanya Chaitamrita text 5, it says Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shakti Rasmat Ekatmana.
Yes.
Bhobi Pura Deho Vedam. Now one became two.
Okay.
So similarly, one Supreme Lord, he wanted to relish. I mean, I remember you in the land a few years back. I met you. We have amongst us, we have a friendship. Sometimes we become so close friend that we relish this mutual respect, mutual friendship, because its origin in Krishna. But he cannot get 100%, so he expend himself another, and he becomes like a best friend, best twins, best of whatever, Jugal Milan you can say, amongst brother or friend. So they are one and they become, that's how it is explained.
So they appeared as one personality from Murti and Dharma, right, Prabhu?
Yes, this is in 4th canto, yeah? You're reading 4th
I'm reading from 11th
first
canto.
chapter.
11th
5th canto also has, 4th canto also has, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they appeared as
one personality has a two form. No.
So they appear as one person, but we glorify them as two forms, two personalities. Okay.
Because they have a two form actually. They came in a two form, but they're one personality. It's very difficult because we're trying to put it the dead matter, I'm not you, you are not me. Okay, we're two.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mother. Sri Hari Radha.
I like your story about the Parvati Shiva stopping and then Vishnu stole their place, and he tried to make Parvati understand it's Maya, just come, let's go. And she's like, no, this little kid needs me. So I like that story.
Which one you like? The Shiva's part or the Mayadevi's part?
The Maya Devi's part, she's so stubborn, she doesn't listen to her husband. If she did listen to him, then they would still be at their place. But now that place is Vishnu's place. And he couldn't do anything. He had to follow her and go with her plan, look for her. It was like they saw a little kid, and then Parvati saw and waited, and she said, look, he's crying. And then Shiva said that it's Vishnu's Maya, it's so cold here, there's nobody else except for us. And so she said, no, he's looking for his parents are not here, and he's crying. So then she leaves to take a bath, and she looks for her parents, and she comes back, and then she sees that the door is locked. And then when she sees inside it, she sees Vishnu lying down. And then when Vishnu doesn't open the door, he says, go away, this is my place. So it's really funny, how this all took turn. But it was because of Parvati, because she didn't listen. She was too stubborn. And he had to follow her because that's his wife. And his dharma is to follow her, to make her happy, to satisfy her.
Interesting. But this is for pastime. They are acting that way. But we have to be careful because Mayadevi is listening you and me too right now. And we appreciate her wonderful.
I respect Maya Devi. Maya Devi is Krishna's energy, and she doesn't do anything to me because Krishna is always with me.
I tell you a I tell you a little short story. In Vrindavan, Nalnikanta Prabhu, one of best astrologer in ISKCON, Prabhupada's disciple, he lives here with his wife, Mother Ratneshwari. So Nalnikanta Prabhu, Western Bari, he was with Prabhupada in a morning walk. And there's one Brajabasi, maybe some of you heard that story, maybe not. He told me personally a few times that Brajabasi is coming. Maharaj, please come and see my deity in Hindi. Hamara ghar mein Bhagavan baitha hai. So Prabhupada knew, I guess. I don't know. Prabhupada said, yes, yes. But he never went. On one day, this man came and fell at Prabhupada's feet. Today, aaj aapko aana hi parega. You have to come. Prabhupada said, all right, he's asking us to go. So Prabhupada went there with the morning walk, and Nalnikanta Prabhu was there. So the deity is Durga. Big 10 hands form of Durga in Vrindavan. And Prabhupada immediately paid obeisances. And something he said, I was like, wow, I learned from that. He said, he remembers, Prabhupada said, she is one of the best servants. She is doing her job so perfectly to build her the conditioned soul. She is the best servant. But we are praying to Krishna for protection from her. It's very interesting. Right in front of Durga Devi, he is saying this. So we don't disrespect. We always appreciate her service. Because her happiness coming from pleasing Krishna, not punishing us. That's not where she draws the happiness. I hope we all know that. She's not drawing happiness like conditioned soul does by hurting others. She's drawing happiness because that's what Krishna wants her to do. And Krishna is very happy. But Prabhupada made it very nice. But we must pray to Krishna for protection from her. Prabhupada said like that, just like that. And then he walked out. And he was very happy. So thank you for reminding that story.
Maya Devi ki jai ho, Vishnu ki jai ho, Parvati and Shiva ki jai ho, Prabhu ji aapki jai ho.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Okay, I guess you all agreed, right? Or maybe I didn't ask. Maybe I did.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, good. Only thing I'm requesting, somebody to alternately read it instead of me reading it. Question number 1, please.
With my own assets like body, mind, intelligence, speculation, imagination, argument, concoction, and my own inferiorness, can I ascertain that Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the absolute supreme personality of Godhead?
Okay, you don't have to answer, but if you would like, you can do it after. The second question.
Give authoritative or bona fide shastric evidence, Parmana, prove reference that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Third question. Oh, sorry. Third question.
It is the only by mercy alone that can reveal the absolute truth. Quote a reference from the Shastras. Is God not merciful to everyone? If so, then why are some able to capture identity him and some cannot?
Fourth one, Prabhu.
Question 4.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Do we need bona fide authority? Who are the authorities? Specific reference from the Shastras backing your answer that shows which authority Acharya says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord.
Question 5.
Do I need a guide, Guru Tattva, where the Guru is someone who knows and acts as spiritual mentor to show me in this spiritual journey? How does Guru help you to see your own progress? What do I have to do to see GPS map that my Guru is guiding? Do I have proof that Guru guided us to establish the conclusion that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Question 6.
does God claim or declare that he is God, or God will never claim he is God? Then how do we know? Did Mahaprabhu ever claim that he is God? How do we understand this? Hare Krishna.
Question 7.
What are the reasons the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears to this world? What are the reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appearing in this Kali?
Question 8.
What are the symptoms to detect that someone is the origin, absolute truth, or
Shayam.
Bhagavan, a Godhead? How do you see this? Yeah, yes, Prabhu. How do you see this in Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Question 8. Oh, sorry,
What are
9.
the primary internal symptoms and how do we find that visible in Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Please cite some reference.
Question 10.
What are the marginal tatastha symptoms can be identified in Bhagavan? Please state with reference that is visible in Sri Krishna Chaitanya, as he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth.
Final question.
In conclusion, how do I accept this truth and make a conscious decision in my life mission to progress in this Krishna conscious bhakti path and make sure that it will please my Guru Dev Srila Prabhupada and Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Okay, thank you. Anybody would like to answer any of this question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, very beautiful class, very nice singing of the bhajan in the beginning, very beautiful explanation of the first verse with the synonyms and the second verse in detail explanation. And the questions are beautiful. Could you like to share these questions as a PDF copy to us, Prabhuji? Would you like to share that?
Right now, I can. How do I send it?
You have to send it to Shamagauri Mataji in WhatsApp.
Oh, thank you. Make it life easy.
And also, if it is possible, if you can save the answers, people like me who don't know the answer will be getting benefited.
I mean, I have my answer, but there are multi-answer could be multiple answer. So
yeah, for some questions there are multi answers. For some question, it's a direct, straightforward answer. So Prabhuji, please, would you like to share the answers also?
Well, let's see which one you like. What did I do? This one. Anybody would like to give an answer on this question? Let's do one by one very quickly so we can do. In other words, I'm not asking how to prove Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a Supreme Lord. I'm asking on your own inference. Can you establish Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a Supreme Absolute Truth? And if you and do not answer yes or no, you have to give an explanation. If you say no, why not? Why? I tell you, because I'll tell you the number where Prabhupada actually says.
The answer is no for this first answer. It's no, because our senses are imperfect.
Good. This is a good answer. You have to bring a point. Prabhupada says on Madhya-lila 20.351, that is my answer, that how Sanatana Goswami Pad says on his own, he will never understand. And other Mataji just said, you have 4 defects. These things are very healthy before you go further. Put yourself, because humility will naturally develop if we can detect our capacity. So this is very nice. And there are many answers actually, I found. But you can also share if you like. Oh, why is not going? Okay. Question 2. Give authoritative bona fide Shastrik evidence.
Kavi Raj, who wrote Sri Chaitanya Chaitanamrit.
That's not enough, Mother. You have to really cite a number, sloka, somebody can trace.
Sloka is there, na, Prabhuji, which says that like Sri Krishna Chaitanya comes as with his associates. I forgot the sloka.
Yeah, in 11th
Yes.
canto, right, Prabhu? 11th
Yeah.
canto.
Yes, 11. Very good.
Yeah.
These
That
are the good
sloka.
selling.
Yeah, that sloka which refers that he comes in this Kali Yuga, like with his
The
associates.
discussion between
Sri
Maharaj
Krishna.
Muni and Maharaj Muni and
Yeah,
Karan
Krishna Varnam,
Kara
Krishna
Bhojan.
Krishna.
Kara Bhojan, right?
Very good.
Sagari Mataji.
And in Mahabharat, anybody knows Mahabharat?
That is Vishnu Sahasranam, right, Prabhu? It comes in Vishnu Sahasranam.
There is a beautiful explanation given. Subarna Barna Hemanga Baranga Changana Angadi Sannasa Krit Samo Santanista Santi Parayana. Those who are believer in Mahabharat, I mean majority Hindus, they believe in Mahabharat. You can quote those verses. Mahaprabhu is not new. He's there in Mahabharat that he will come as a sannyasi and what he will do. This is for them.
So first reference is 11.532, Prabhu. 11th canto, 5th.
That's in Bhagavatam. Yes, that is also very good. You can find many other. I mean, I have actually 10, 12. I'll put those out later, but I'm just asking. This way, this contemplation next 3 days will be very healthy. Question 3. Is it mercy alone?
Mercy also, yes, Prabhu. Yes. Alone, right? Sometimes I'm really trying to think which verse. But many times we see, right, Prabhu, mercy of the Lord alone.
Yes, in Brahmaji also spoke 10, 14, 29. You can look at Athapi te devo padam bhujadaya prasada lesha anugrihita evahi janati tattam bhagavan mahimna na channam eka chiram vichinnam. You can roam around life after life. You'll never know the truth unless you have the mercy. But mercy alone is not enough. I'll tell you this, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was standing in his house where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was unconscious. Is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supreme absolute truth? Yes. Gopinath Acharya, if you read in chapter 6, Madhya-lila, Gopinath Acharya giving all the logic and finally everything failed. He said, well, I got the mercy. That's why I can identify his supreme Lord. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, I don't accept. Where is the evidence? You have a mercy. And I don't have a mercy. So definition of mercy is not defined properly. You have to bring a reference. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did not accept. Can you imagine? You are standing in front of Lord Chaitanya and you don't accept him as the Supreme Lord. These are profound. And Prabhupada made a beautiful purport that mercy alone is not enough. It is our inquisitive and learning and accepting that truth also has to be there. A good example, Nagaraj Prabhu, he was doing Mangalarti Puja today. He's the head of the BTG. Him and his brother both came to meet Prabhupada, and Prabhupada gave blessing to both of them. But one never became devotee till today, and one is great devotee. So Prabhupada's mercy was there. Many examples I can tell you. Vishnu's conversation with Prabhupada, when he says that, Prabhupada, you are so merciful to me. Prabhupada said, I am merciful to everyone, but everybody is not accepting. Only those who are accepting, they are appreciating and glorifying. So mercy alone is not enough to identify. This is my point. And you can find many references. 6.82 Madhya-lila is a very nice. Yes, it is mercy, but mercy alone is not enough. Somebody was, I'm sorry, somebody was saying something while I was in the middle. Was I hope I didn't offend anyone.
It was surrender too, right? Mercy, surrender.
Can you point to yourself like, I have to do like this? Because when you say surrender, it seems like somebody else needs to do. No, it's me. Bhakti, Krishna cannot force me to do bhakti if I don't want to. See how powerful the soul also. We are minute, insignificant, but we have to also guide ourselves. That's why in 11th canto, 7th chapter, Krishna says, amongst all this body, 8 million body, this human body is very dear to me. Because in human body, they can be their own guru. And then my help, they can become. So I put together all this. Okay, it is also self-sacrifice is number one in the surrender. It is not Krishna's mercy. Krishna eternally gives mercy. Like Prabhupada said, he gave mercy already. For me to witness, it is me has to come forward. Participant. Oh. Okay. Text 4. Somebody would like to read?
Do we need bona fide authority? Who are the authorities? Specific reference from the Shastra backing your answer that shows which authority Acharya says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord.
So we see Rupa Goswami saying, right, Prabhu, in Adi Leela 4th verse, 1st chapter, 4th verse.
What is the verse?
This verse is Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunya Avatarim.
Very good. Yes. Now, Srila Prabhupada gave a story that I didn't find yet. I don't know where he got, but I'm sure it is all 100% pure, bona fide. Prabhupada said in one lecture, then when Rupa Goswami Pad saw Mahaprabhu in Benaras from other side of the Ganges, they didn't meet yet. He was shocked. He said, none of these Mayavadis are hungry for spiritual emotion, spiritual revelation. How is possible? Now they are loitering on they are rolling on the road. They are crying for Krishna. He could not control himself. He fell flat and paid obeisances. And Prabhupada said, instantly he composed these verses. Namo Mahabadannaya. That's the spot he quoted, and Anarpita Charim Chirat. These are like unbelievable. So this is very true, that how all this evidence, it is important that we should know which are the Acharya backing. Like one mother says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, yes, but we should be aware, where is the verse, which verse. Even if we are not familiar with the Sanskrit and Bengali, at least be aware of the number. Then your conviction will have a power. Believe me, why Gaur Govinda Maharaj said like this, why Prabhupada said like this. I was shocked in one Sunday feast. Sripad Jayadvaita Swami was giving class in Alachua. So he said, many years back, maybe 25 or maybe, no, 20 years, something like that. So Maharaj says, in his answer to one Indian gentleman, he said, yes, Krishna's name is 3 times more powerful than Ram's name. So then he's looking and he's thinking, oh, what is that verse? What is that verse? So I raised my hand. I said, I heard this from Prabhupada's tape, Maharaj. Prabhupada said that. And Maharaj said, yes, I know. But then I was thinking, what he is looking for? What reference? So after the class, I asked Maharaj, Prabhupada said that's not enough. He said, it is enough for you and me. But Prabhupada told me personally, he said, that when you want to establish Siddhanta, always bring reference. This will help you. Your conviction become very strong, believing in God. And your statement will have an effective power. But certain thing, of course, Prabhupada is a Acharya, but he was not talking about himself. But we can refer him. But it will be nice when we say sloka where it is. That's why. And it will be, as Prabhupada said, it will be effective, and conviction that we hold, it will be more stronger. So it's nice. Thank you for tolerating me too, boosting this. But somebody else read this, Sureshwar Prabhu, or someone?
I can read. Do I need a guide / guru, some tattva with guru is somehow who knows and acts as a spiritual mentor to show me in this spiritual journey. How does guru help you to see your own progress? What do I do? What do I have to do to see the GPS map that my guru is guiding? Do I have proof that guru guided us to establish the conclusion that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Yes, the answer is yes.
I'm sorry, I missed hearing.
The answer is yes, we do need a guru.
Okay, but why?
Because if we don't have a guru, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to do bhakti, and we don't know what bhakti to take in.
We are very specific in this. Means you have to say something like this, that guru who is fully aware of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's supremacy. It is not just any guru from anywhere. Because in our place, 2 hours from here, Georgia, we went to a place and they have their guru. But they established their guru is God. They don't worship Krishna separately. Their guru is also Krishna. Krishna is guru. I was like, wow. But anyway, we are trying to slowly get into to give them more understanding. But it is difficult. So it is not guru we are looking for. Guru who actually accepted and practiced Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as supreme absolute truth. Has to be very specific. And there are few criteria. That's why all our guru gives this. Guru has to give. Raghunath Das Goswami explained this in Manosiksha beginning. What are the things you getting from your guru? If your guru are not giving this, then you are getting cheated. So you have to actually submit yourself and inquire those things that am I getting it? Namasrestam manumapi sachiputram atra sarupam rupam tashagrajam urupuri mathurim gostavatim radha kunnam girivaro radhika madhavasam praptar jasya pratikipaya si gurutam natosmi. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, before he left this world, he was in Jagannath Puri, then he came to Calcutta just the day before he left. He expressed this, that guru means these 10 things. You must check you are getting or not. Namasrastam. Did you get the holy name that has a relationship in Vrindavan? Or just the name, Krishna's name? No, we're not chanting just Krishna's name. Mukhyanam, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Mukhyanam will give you Golok Vrindavan. If you just chant the name but not fully aware, Mukhyanam means relationship. That Krishna who has a relationship with Brajavashi, how he relate with them, how they serve him, this relationship name we are chanting, Mukhyanam, not Gaunanam. Name are 2 types. Rupa Goswami Pada explains. So, Namasrestam Manumapi Sachiputram. We do not need to do so many things, but we need to do just one form of worship. Mahaprabhu Sachiputra, who actually giving this Radha, Biyogini, Sangjogini, Vrishabhanu Nandini, 3 in 1 form as a Sachinandan, who is in Krishna, with Krishna in Nibriti Kunja, very confidential. This is even Brajavashi don't have access. Brajavashi doesn't know. Radha Krishna does whole night Leela. Only those who are gopis, they know. Amongst the gopis, there are many. Shapaksha Gopi, Shurit Paksha, Tatastha. So those are very intimate to Srimati Radharani. They only know. And our Guru Parampara is like this. Rupa Manjari, even our Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur is Mani Manjari, Nayana Mani Manjari. So like this, even Prabhupada was asked the question by Hansadut Prabhu, Hansadut Maharaj that time. Are we following the Manjaris? You can look at in Vedabase. I saw that letter. And Prabhupada said, This is not a discussion we do in a public, but you have a thought question, definitely you should ask. Yes, we are. Then he answered, yes, we are following the manjaris. So this is very confidential. Namasestam manumapi swachiputram. I won't go to that whole because that sloka, it may take like an hour. You can meditate on it. It's Manashiksha, first verse. This is the 6th question. Am I going too much time or should I just stop here, mothers, Prabhus?
So Prabhuji, it's 809. If everybody wants it, we can go.
Prabhuji, please go. Continue. Don't go.
Yes, we want you to continue, Prabhu.
Okay. So number 6.
Does God claim or declare that he is God, or God will never claim he is God? Then how do we know? Did Mahaprabhu ever claim that he is God? How do we understand this?
Anybody knows?
He never claimed he was God. He rejected the thought, the speech that he's God.
To most favorable devotees, right, Prabhu? He showed, like to Ramananda Rai, to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
That is good. Good idea, Suresha Prabhu. So you have to say, yes, he did. No, he did not. Both. Sometimes he didn't want to hear. He said, no, I'm just a living entity. I'm not God. Vishnu. He would close his ear because the audience need to learn a lesson. And Prabhupada gave a whole purport that nowadays everybody calls themselves God, or there is so many fake God like this. And Mahaprabhu is establishing. But as you mentioned, Prabhu, yes, to Ramananda Rai, he revealed. To, what's his name, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, did he reveal? No, not in the beginning. He was acting just like a student. He said, I'm very happy that you are eager to teach me. Then he became a teacher after Atmarama Verse. This is another Atmaram topics. And then at the end, he displayed beautiful form of the Supreme Absolute Truth to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So yes and no, both.
Prabhuji, one more answer in the chat box, Prabhuji. Nitya Narsimha.
Can you read it? I cannot see here from my level.
Yeah. As he came as Bhakta Rupa. Hence, same not claimed as SPG.
Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not claimed as Supreme Personality.
Yes, that's good. Both. He did both. But it will be good meditation for 3 days. All this question you can think, did he or not? Yes, he did. And no, he didn't. I mean, he revealed to Srivas Angan when Srivas was in danger feeling, he was worshipping Nishingadev, and Mahaprabhu kicked the door. I do Chaitanya Bhagavat seminar. He kicked the door and he said, I am he. Who you worshipping? Open the door. He opened the door. It's Nimai. He said, who you worshipping? I am he. He never saw him like this. He claimed that is him. Then he moved the Narayan Shila, everything. And he sat down on the Singhasan. He shown him four-handed form, Narayan. Srivas was so happy. Of course, he was overwhelmed, crying, and whole family. So before that, he never revealed. They were very close. But you look at it. Within few hours after this episode, Mahaprabhu went out. And some of the atheists, literally like challenging Nimai. Nimai didn't care. He just walked out. Later on, he expressed, I don't feel happy in chanting because I met some atheist. So he did and he did not, both like that. Okay. Question 7.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So what are the reasons Supreme Personality of Godhead appears to this world, and what are the reasons Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appearing this Kali Yuga?
I put it separately because in general, all incarnation has two purposes, internal and external. I hope you know. From Bhagavad Gita 4.6, 7, 8, all these verses are there, Parikrama sadhana. But Mahaprabhu has a specific also related to that. Would somebody like to share?
Yeah, same verse, Prabhu, that Rupa Goswami verse. Anarpita charim chirat karunya avatarinhau kalau samarpayutum unnata ujjvala rasam swabhakti shriyam. Recently we were reading this, Prabhu, so I'm able to.
That verse is good, but that verse does not give external, internal. It gives just a inner, internal only.
Yeah, that is internal is this one, right, Prabhu? Adi Leela only.
Adi Leela chapter 4. Yes.
So chapter 1, verse 6, Prabhu. Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima.
That is internal also.
External
that is internal. You
Oh.
go to Prabhu Adi Leela 15:16, 4, chapter 4.
Oh,
that will tell you two purpose he came.
Yeah.
That's one to meditate on. We can meditate on.
Prabhuji,
Because
three
the
answers.
other one that you said, Prabhu, these are for him. Something for himself. But then, I mean, I have a demoniac mentality also. Okay, this is for him. What about for me? Anything? That verse says, no, for you too. That's why. I'm sorry. Some Mataji was saying something.
Prabhuji, three answers from the chat box, Prabhuji. From one
Please.
is Sukashagari Mataji, Paritreyanaya, and the next one Nitya Narsimha Prabhuji. To give love of Godhead, he came. Hence, he is Mahavadanaya Avatara. And from another one, Raj Prabhu, feeling separation that Radharani feels. And one more, Nitya Narsimha Prabhu, for the most fallen soul, he want to give highest love.
Very good. Very good. These are good. Okay. Next.
What are
Yeah, go ahead,
Go ahead,
Mataji.
Mataji. Go ahead, Mataji. Please go.
What are the symptoms to detect that someone is origin, absolute truth, or Swayam Bhagavan, or Supreme Personality of Godhead? How do we see this in Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Okay. Well, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself told this to Sanatana Goswami Pad, that there has to be symptom. So what are the symptoms he's talking about? Because anybody can claim, I'm God. So there has to be two symptoms. If anybody's, you can find also your answer. I found that Madhya-lila 20.356. And Prabhupada gave a very nice. There's a two symptom. One is personal characteristics. Another is marginal.
Whoever saw Lord Chaitanya became Krishna conscious.
That is good. This is external. Very good. You see, you picking up. On the South India, he was walking. A Ram Bhakta saw him. He started chanting Krishna. He said, you must be Ram. It must be Krishna. Why am all of a sudden changed by seeing you? There are many where these are external symptoms. It is not happening with everybody. So everybody is not absolute truth. But what are the internal? This is also very nice. Let's go the primary internal. Somebody please.
Yeah, Prabhuji, chart box is there 4 answers, Prabhuji. From
For
Raj
the before
Prabhu,
one? Previous one?
This,
okay, go ahead. Please.
For this question, they are giving answers, Prabhuji. Raj Prabhu, ecstasy of Mahaprabhu when he saw Jagannath. And Nitya Nasimha Prabhuji, Ajena Lambita Bujau. And Anita Mataji, full in all 6 opulences. Again, Nitya Nasimha Prabhuji, he is all attractive and mood of Radharani.
You all are correct. You all are correct, but I have to tell you something. When you say
Mahaprakash Leela.
These are like directly. When you say he possessor of 6 opulence, we don't see that. Mahaprabhu's time, the astrologer failed. You remember astrologer came and he was meditating and he sees that 6 opulences, palaces, unlimited everything. And he opened his eyes, he see Nima, he said, I'm confused. Then again, he calculated. Again, he saw that all the opulences, 6 opulence. He he opened his eye, he see Nimai and then the small house, Jagannath Mishra. He cannot put together, connect. So he failed. Mahaprabhu, of course, he bewildered him. He said, what are you looking for? I know who I am. I was in a Vaishya family taking care of the cows. When you take care of the cows, next life you take birth in a Brahman family. So I'm in Brahman family. Now that's true in one sense, but what astrologers saw also true, but you cannot prove it just by that. So only astrologer, you have to become astrologer to find out. And how many people you're going to detect every day to see who is astrologer, who is the supreme. But there has to be external, like Mahaprakash. Another Mataji said, Mahaprakash. Yes, he revealed them. These are nice. Good, good. You are all picking. Okay, what are the internal more? Few more if you have.
The internal symptoms and how do we find that visible in Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Please cite some reference.
Okay, I tell you where it's from the Prabhupada's translation from 20.356. The internal are 2. Whenever God appears, he has to show his supremacy. Whatever form he comes, doesn't matter. Still, he has to show his supremacy in order to be recognized. Do you know if Mahaprabhu did or not? One Mataji already says, in Mahaprakash, he did more. In Advaita Acharya's place, Mahaprabhu actually revealed his universal form. Unlimited universal form. Just like Arjuna saw Krishna, Mahaprabhu did the same thing. Not for Advaita Acharya, for us. That's why Prabhupada put this. We should not just take Mahaprabhu. We should like scrutinize and see, yes, yes, I want to follow 100%. Then we can convince others easily. Any other?
Prabhuji, 3 more
Yes.
answers from the chat box, Prabhuji. From
Yes, ma'am.
Anita Mataji, conversation with Ramananta Roy, he was ecstatic. Jagai and Matai, he invoked Sankarshana. From Sukasagari Mataji, Sudarshan Chakra Jagai Madai.
One second, Mata. Go back to Ramananda Rai. It is not the ecstasy, because some people can take some drug and exhibit ecstasy. I mean, I didn't practice it, but I heard. But what Ramananda Rai convinced, seeing Radha Krishna together in one form. Mahaprabhu revealed that. I am that Krishna and Radha in one form. That is his internal. Ecstasy cannot be internal. Internal means param and sattam. His supremacy he reveals. Yes, that's good. Okay, another example is Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai, what was the written there, Mother?
He invoked the Sudarshan Chakra, Prabhuji.
That is good. Sudarshan Chakra. Only Vishnu can invoke this. Or his pure devotee also, Ambarish Prabhu,
And
Ambarish
then
Maharaj.
lastly, he showed the 400 form also to Madai.
Very good. See, you catching it. Very nice. This is very nice. Prabhupada will be very happy to see this. When you read the purport in 20 chapter Madhya Lila, Prabhupada said this. Devotee should scrutinize. Very nice. Okay. Any other? You have something more on the chat, you say.
Yeah, same answer from Sukasagari Mataji also, Prabhuji. Sudarshan Chakra, Jagai Madai. And one more answer from Nitya Narasimha Prabhuji. King Pratap Rudra singing Gopi Gita. Tavakathamritam.
Tavakathamritam.
Yeah, Tavakathamritam.
What that proves? That does not prove supremacy though. That's a beautiful story, but we're talking about internal, primary internal symptom. Otherwise, you will hear somebody sing so beautiful, you may think, oh, he may be. Because Mahaprabhu did say, and I'm not going to go in that route, but there is a verse. Arudui janmalaiva sankirtanarambe hoiba tumar putra ami abilambe. I will appear 2 more times Mother, this is the night before sannyas. He was counseling his mother. And of course, this is like a little trap counseling, because he said at the end, he said, what is the best duty for a son? To bring the highest wealth for his parents, especially for mother. Do you agree, mother? Mother Sochima said, yes. So as a son, I should do this. You must give me blessing. Yes, my son. But she had not sure what he's asking. But she agreed. Then he says, so I'm going to take sannyas and get Krishna Prem for you. She was like shocked. I agreed and I blessed him. And so Jogomaya's, it's very interesting how played the role. Then Mahaprabhu walked out. It's a very early morning discussion. It was very interesting. So in that discussion, he said in the earlier evening that I will take 2 more births. But the second line, they don't say. Mahaprabhu already took 2 more births. Where it says, Mura Archa Murti Mata. I memorized this because I had some conversation with one group of who claim actually Mahaprabhu's incarnation in India. So Mahaprabhu says, Mura Archa Murti Mata Tumi She Dharani, Jibba Rupa Mata Tumi Namere Janani. The first form I'll manifest as my deity, and you will become the mother earth. That part of the earth is you, and from you they will carve a deity of me, and I'll take birth from you. And you will take the form of tongue in the devotee's body, and I'll dance on your lap when they chant my name. It's so beautiful. So he already took twice. Okay, sorry, I went off a little. Anybody else, or we go to the next one? Okay. Question 10.
What are the marginal tatastha symptoms can be identified in the Bhagwan? Please state that with reference that is visible in Shri Krishna Chaitanya, as he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth.
Okay, I want everybody to have a very clear idea what is external, marginal means, Prabhupada. You look at in Madhya-lila 20.357. It is the bodily feature. They make devotee just by being present. Mahaprabhu was so beautiful, effulgence coming out, 60,000 sannyasis with Prakashananda got attracted, and they started whispering. They are quiet before. He said, we are trying to become Narayan, but he already got it. He is Narayan. So Mahaprabhu attracted just by his presence. He was so beautiful. In Chaitanya Bhagavat also said one time he attracted the atheist even. It is out of his. So bodily feature 1, his nature, his conversation, his personal character, and his discussion activities. These are marginal, means external. Identify. Because Prabhupada, you cannot call, I'm sure you all heard it. Some devotee called him God also, and they were rejected for a few days. And one of them was Brahmananda Maharaj. And of course, they rectified later, and Prabhupada took them back. So Prabhupada also did miracle. Looks like God. That's how they came up. It's not their fault actually. I could come up with that too. It is impossible to turn Western civilization type of people into pure devotee. But Prabhupada, obviously, he did right in front of all of us. We still see them. And it's going now, spreading. Now, so many devotees do it with that power of Prabhupada. But these are external symptoms that empowering. So he appeared by empowering, by eating the offerings from you like this. These are also external symptoms. But internal symptom has to match in order to identify as a supreme. Anybody knows any of his other?
Yeah, Prabhuji, from Raj Prabhuji, long
Yes.
hands, deep navel, signs on feet like conch.
Very attractive features. Yes. But question is, did he attract people? Did he make devotee? Do you know when Mahaprabhu entered in Srirangam? Why everybody was emotional? All of a sudden, they started doubting. Is he sun god? Is he some demigod? Who is he? They started crying. Seeing that Mahaprabhu's crying form, so beautiful. Mahaprabhu actually infused all of them as a Krishna Bhakta. It was like a wonderful exhibition. Did Mahaprabhu do it to a tax collector? Sure. Tax collector from Bengal to Puri, you have to pay tax. There is a border tax collector. And the laundryman was washing laundry. Mahaprabhu was thinking, I have to empower somebody to see if it is working or not. These are called marginal symptoms. So Mahaprabhu came to the laundryman, and laundryman noticed that there is a saffron cloth. You know, there is a fear of saffron cloth. They want something from me. I don't have a time. If you are poor, you don't want to see the saffron cloth. Unless saffron cloth, people wants to give you something. That is different. So Mahaprabhu says, I want to ask you something, to do something for me. Please do something for me. He said, I don't have a time. Please leave me alone. I have to finish all these clothes. He said, please, please. He said, I don't have time. Mahaprabhu thought, wow, opposition is so heavy. I don't think I will be able to do it. Then he came down from his supremacy platform with this external, with the mercy. He said, I will wash your clothes. You do something for me, I do for you this. Then laundryman thought, a sannyasi wants to do my job because this must be something serious. Okay, what do you want me to do? Say, just say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Then I'll leave you. You can just chant. He said, okay, I'll chant. Because Mahaprabhu infused his heart with Krishna Prem and holy name, he started Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahaprabhu says one more time, say Hare Krishna, and he did. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He got up from his washing and he started dancing, chanting. Mahaprabhu said, go on. And then Mahaprabhu left. But he wanted to watch. He went very far, and from under a tree, he's seeing now what's going to happen. Is he going to affect others? I invested in his heart. I want to see if it will affect others or not. So Mahaprabhu was watching from far, and this man has no idea. Mahaprabhu is checking him from far. He went so ecstasy. He's jumping in the sky, and he's crying, rolling on the ground. It was almost noontime. His wife bring lunch for him. So from far, she saw, this is strange. What is going on? I never saw in this little land, somebody's crazy dancing. Where is my husband? Now, the way he was so ecstatic dancer, that she could not even recognize that's her husband. She came closer. What is happening to him? Are you listening? What is happened to you? Stop dancing. But he is in his own world. She thought, oh no, he got hunted by ghosts. Oh no, she's so afraid. She ran back to the village. She told the head of the village called Pradhan, please, my husband got hunted and it's so scary. He's like going like this way, that way, jumping, and he could not recognize me. I am his wife. We live together. He said, this sounds very scary. Where is he? He said, every day he goes to wash clothes. That's our business, laundry. Please, can you get some strong man? So village man, he took his amplifier, this little, what they call, some kind of a metal thing. And he called the villager, come. So the rumor spread very quick. So he The villagers started coming. They all witnessed his ecstatic dance. As they came nearby, he said, this is very scary. He does not even recognize us. He's just going on, dancing. Hey, you listen. He's in his own world. Mahaprabhu is watching still. Then the head says, I cannot control him. We need a strong man. So 4 big, macho, young men came. He said, all grab him and knock him down. Then maybe the ghost will go away. They all grabbed him one spot. They came out, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. They say, oh, this ghost is so powerful. All of you go, grab all of them. They all got. Lady, man, they did not. It's emergency. Everybody started chanting and dancing. Mahaprabhu says, wonderful. This will work. This will work. If somebody has a pure heart and embrace this, they can infuse others' heart. Mahaprabhu was so happy. This laundry man made Mahaprabhu happy. He didn't know. And Mahaprabhu started crying and chanting, oh Krishna, you're so merciful, so merciful. So like this, these are external symptoms. Empower. But internal they have to show. Otherwise, they cannot be supreme absolute. Prabhupada did that. Many places. In Gorakhpur, he was crying. He could not even speak. Radha Govinda Maharaj witnessed that. Many devotees saw that. Anybody else has any other?
Yes, Prabhuji, 2 more answers. One is Nitya Nasim Prabhuji. Yes, because of his unconditional love for all conditioned souls. One more. Yeah. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is manifest and magnanimous. No avatar gave love of Godhead. And one more answer, Prabhuji, from Anita Mataji. Yes, he was effulgent because he attracted the Mayavadis. Chandkaji pastimes, she's telling Prabhuji.
That's very good. Chandkaji, yes.
Yeah.
Those are nice. Those are external. Now, if anybody has access on 20, Madhulila 20.365, it's a beautiful purport Prabhupada gave. If you can just read it, we can end with that. This is the last one more question. If anybody has access. How Mahaprabhu got caught with all this symptom by Sanatana Goswami Pad. Anybody has? No? 20.365 Kalikale say Krishna avatar nischay Shudrira Kariya Kaha Jauk Sangsai. Mahaprabhu got caught. Okay. You want me to find it or anybody has found it? Mother, anybody found it? No?
No, Prabhuji.
No. Okay. Let's see.
What is it, Prabhuji? Chaitanya Charitamrita?
It's in Madhulila 20.365.
Prabhuji, is it 4965?
No, Madhulila 20.365.
Would you like me to read it, Prabhuji?
Yes, sure.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you so much. Kali kale se Krishna avatara nishchaya sudrida kariya kahe yoga samshaya. The incarnation of Krishna for this age is indicated by these symptoms. Please confirm this definitely so that all my doubts will go away. Purport. Do you want me to read the purport to Prabhu?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Sanatana Goswami wanted to confirm the fact that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of Krishna for this age. According to the Shastra in Kali Yuga, the Lord would assume a golden or yellow color and would distribute love of Krishna and the Sankirtan movement. In accordance with the Shastra and saintly persons, these characteristics were vividly displayed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it was therefore clear that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was an incarnation of Krishna. He was confirmed by the Shastras, and his characteristics were accepted by saintly people. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not escape Sanatana Goswami's argument, he remained silent on this point and thereby indirectly accepted Sanatana's statement. By this, we can clearly understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the direct incarnation of Lord Krishna.
Very good. Very good. Krishna. Okay. And then the last question we had, I hope you all have the answer, and then we stop it there. Oh. How did I get there? Okay. The last question, if somebody can read.
In conclusion,
what is, sorry, hold on. Okay.
In conclusion, how do I accept this truth and make a conscious decision in my life mission to progress in this Krishna consciousness bhakti path and make sure that it will please my Gurudev Srila Prabhupada and the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Okay, very good. Thank you for listening. Would somebody contribute on the last question? Anything on the chat or anywhere? What would you do? Or what you are doing that's aligned with all those 10?
Yeah, from Nityananda, Prabhuji, do more preaching.
Very good. But
And
there is a, you can add this on this, Prabhus and Mothers, that Antalila 4.102, 103, Prabhupada wants us to do both practice and preaching. Not just preaching. Okay.
Yeah, from Ras Prabhuji, think Krishna, worship Krishna, serve and suffer. Surrender. Sorry.
Think Krishna, worship Krishna,
serve and surrender.
And one more, Raj Prabhu, one more. Where is Raj Prabhu?
Share Krishna.
Wonderful. Share Krishna. Yeah. Very good. Prabhu, I pay obeisances to your lotus feet. Very good. These 5 things, if you can do it, you will be Mahabhagavat any moment.
Please don't say that, Prabhu. My obeisance is to your lotus feet, Prabhu. All glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Now, this is not my word. It is Krishna's purpose. Yes, Prabhu, this is what Prabhupada gave.
You told us that in last class, Prabhu. So I just made some points. That's it.
But you must be contemplating. That's you are applying in order to remember it. It won't come just like that. Thank you, Prabhu. That was nice.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Anita Mataji, chant more attentively.
That's true. But also do something for others. It will make Mahaprabhu happy. We must do and share. Believe me, when you try to share, your development pushes. You become more advanced. If I did not have, honestly, I tell you, if I did not have a pressure of giving classes, 2-3 classes every day, if I did not have a pressure, I would remain, I'm still rascal, but at least better than just low-class rascal. It helps us a lot to focus. So it is always important we should share. We should share with our family, friends, even your spouse. Just converse about this. Thank you. With that note, we'll add, if nobody else has any more, we can end here.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Beautiful
Prabhuji.
questions and
Hare
explanation.
Krishna. Very
Such a
beautiful.
beautiful class, Prabhuji.
Nice
Thank you so
class.
much for the meditation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji. Granta Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Pran Govind Prabhuji ki jai.
Bhakti Japa Sangha Group, Devotee Brinda ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone for joining today's long class. It is very nice. It was so long, but everybody was still there on the call. So
Hare
much you all have so much sincerity in learning. It's Krishna will be so pleasing with all of you. Thank you so much for joining and giving your association every day. And we will meet again tomorrow. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna. Happy Ekadashi to all.
Mataji. Happy Ekadashi, everyone.
Happy Ekadasi.
Happy Ekadasi, all of you.
Krishna, Lalita Mataji and Dinabandhu Prabhu, please accept.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Vanita.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.